Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So, new Dark World support. It's from their new structure deck, right? It's, at least they were revealed, I believe it was earlier today or late last night. So let's take a look. They are on Yugioh, and this is currently my build. It's pretty straightforward. We in the TCG got Nessie back to 3, maybe in hindsight because of, you know, this new Dark World support, but again, no clue when we will be getting that in the TCG. It's a pretty straightforward Dark World, the Danger build, Allure, Card Destruction, which is back. A couple of techs because of the new cards. I'm running one Silva in the main deck. Reason being is their new boss monster being the Fusion. Dark World's got a Polymerization, a quick play spell that's searchable, this one. That's searchable off of Snow, so that's nice. So 2 I think is fine. Plus, you could banish the materials needed from your graveyard, so that's cool for this one. It needs a Grapha and a Dark monster, I believe. Should be. And you can banish the materials from your graveyard, field or graveyard. But if you go for the, the Dark World Fusion, you can use the materials from your hand or discard the materials from your hand. So that's quite convenient because again, that triggers your Dark World monsters. So long story short, you want to get this Fusion monster as soon as possible on the field. So what does it do? It's basically an Omni Negation, but with like the sentence that if you negate a particular card, it will be negated, destroyed. But that effect will become discard one card from your opponent, and your opponent gets to pick. So you can pick your own card to discard. So in ideal situation, you'll be seeing it. Or you just saw it, right? With Silva. As you know, Silva, when it's like discarded, it special summons itself to the field, or when it's discarded by an opponent's card effect, again thanks to the Fusion, you have to pick 2 cards from your opponent's hand and send them back to the bottom of the deck. So it's basically the Liquid Duo-ish card. So again, it's also a quick play spell, this Polymerization, so you could interrupt during your opponent's turn as well, by potentially using Grapha from your hand, and then, you know, Grapha triggers because it was discarded. You get the point. So that's cool, but this is not all. So they got a new Polymerization, they got a new boss monster, the Fusion one, which again, basically an Omni Negation, plus, and that's the cool one, is they got a new Grapha, a new Rainbow, I believe the name is. And it's very similar to Grapha, so you could, it also has that special summoning effect condition that you can bounce back a Dark World on the field to special summon itself to the field, so that's cool. Plus, you could, like, the gimmick is that I think you'll be seeing in a couple of moments, let's say you have Beige on the field or Snow, like what happens here, you can, you know, special summon your Rainbow first, and then get back Rainbow for Grapha. So you kinda can stack up the pluses really fast, and that's where your discard card dangers come into play to, you know, fuel your Dark World engine as soon as possible. And Curious is there to potentially get either Grapha or the new Rainbow to the graveyard as soon as possible. Or, and that's something that I haven't mentioned yet, is that the Polymerization also has a graveyard effect. So I believe it's discard a card or Dark World card, one of those. Most importantly, it will trigger your Dark World monsters to get it back. So that's cool, that's really, really good. So anyway, again, the thing, it kind of reminds me of like Blue Eyes-ish decks, ending on rank 8s. Big Appaloosa, Masquerina, you know, stuff like that, Titanic Galaxy, Draclubion, you know, that's cool. Obviously, it has some weaknesses, and yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why this deck is definitely good, but it has a lot of hard counters. DD Crow, Call by the Grave, and of course Dweller. Dweller is a big thing against this deck, so that's probably the reason why this deck might not be tier 1, but nonetheless it's really strong. As you see, it can go first, it can go second. Going second, again, a couple of duels ready. It's very similar to, you know, Danger Turbo, at least, again, the deck kind of reminds me of, when was it, a couple of years ago, 2018, Danger Dark World FTK, you know, featuring or Cannon Soldier, right? Again, very similar to this deck. They were running the beginning of the end as well, you know, the draw card, what is it, banish 5, draw 3, or something like that. It's in a side deck, but, you know, it's just testing But it kind of works the same way. Saryuja is there, you can constantly pump out monsters. You can make your combo Nibiru proof because of the fusion on the 5th summon or before the 5th summon. You can put up an early Appaloosa, you can make that Galaxy Eyes rank 8 that negates a monster effect. So, you know, Nibiru is not the biggest counter. Obviously it could hurt, but there are multiple ways to play around it. And as you see, thanks to the multiple dangers, again, Nessie back at 3, a lot of the, you know, level 8s, you can go for rank 8 potentially. If you're going second, you can go for the Draglubion number 100 OTK, right? Very similar to, whatchamacallit, Numerons. So again, I mean, speaks for itself. I still have the field spell, another field spell, right? Almost deck out, 15 cards left. But the thing is that you constantly want to, you know how Dark Worlds work. You constantly want to recycle either Beige or Silva, because again, those cards are not, none of them are actually once per turn, but they'll just be free special summons. And the fact that your new Rainbow plus Grapha are both monsters that are basically free level 8s on the field and also not once per turn, at least their summoning effect condition, it makes things much more ridiculous. So get Dark Ruler. Okay, that's fine. I still have the quick play spell, making sure that as soon as my opponent activates any card effect, I can negate it with the fusion. Again, the card will be destroyed, and I can discard one card at my choice. So I discard Silva, and now my opponent is forced to pick, or at least he picks 2 cards, send them back to the bottom, and but they have to be 2 cards, so that's quite important. And because of this, I was thinking of maybe adding in stuff like Gold Warlord, I believe the name is, to, I guess, kind of give this deck more potential interruptions during your opponent's turn. For now, it's only Grapha for the destruction, if it's like, you know, discarded during your opponent's turn. But Gold could definitely be good as well. Level 6 also has that built-in special summoning effect, and as you see, the deck is like, what is it, 30 monsters? It's really good. Triple trade-in also, although your trade-in will also at least always get ashed, right? So that's an iffy one. If your trade-in gets ashed, you're left with like 3 cards if you went first, 4 if you went second, but then again, going second you might have to battle it out against multiple negations, so that's why the side deck is there, right? I mean, back in 2018, the Dark World Danger FTK deck was one of the most consistent FTKs, right? OTKs, FTK decks in this game's history, and it topped multiple YCSs. So this deck is definitely scary, and I think we can expect more support. Yeah, I think so. That more Dark World monsters probably could be announced. I don't know what they are missing. The thing is that their fusion kind of makes Dark World, or it kind of, no, I was about to say that they don't have any cards that kind of could force you, your opponent to discard your cards. That's not true. I believe they have like, I believe it's called Ceruli, that's the name, level 1, level 2. That when it's like discarded, you can special summon it to your opponent's side of the field, and then your opponent will discard one of your cards. So again, triggering the potential multiple Dark World effects, right? That's cool. But this fusion is actually really good, and it's not that hard to get on the field. Kind of reminds me of Invocation, because again, you can use the materials from your graveyard. So I opt to go for a big Appaloosa, because again, I can negate any monster effect multiple times. We know there's like Diva, I think, because of Toad, and 1 or 2 swap, can't remember. And of course, the fusion being that omnication, and this is really cool. Again, I can discard Grapha, my choice. I can pop a card, because Grapha was discarded, and Grapha was discarded by an opponent's card. So now I can take a look at my opponent's hand. If it's a monster, I can special summon it to my side of the field. Again, really convenient, really cool. And I believe, yeah, the new Rainbow also has a beneficial effect. I believe it's like when it's discarded by an opponent's card effect, you obviously can search Grapha, so that's amazing. And I believe you can special summon a Dark World monster from either your graveyard or deck. So that's cool. That's nice. But what am I missing? Maybe some destruction? More convenient destruction, if you know what I mean. Like again, Gold Warlord is there. Maybe the Rainbow, the old school Rainbow, level 8, I believe. Not sure about that. But again, that could also hit back row, so, but yeah, I mean, Gold Warlord is really versatile. So I'm not sure. Here, going second against the deck to, you know, bait out those negations, and I was like, okay, Tanglong could be useful, you know, the Blackout is there, the, you know, Rakeki, well, Break or Icarus attack alike card, which obviously is going to get activated. So I tried to go for trade and force out Baron. If not, I draw 2. Obviously, Edge is there, always. You always have Edge. Always. So card destruction, only for 1. Okay, so... Okay, you could definitely negate card destruction here in this situation, but that chain could play spell. So, get out the fusion, so now if my opponent uses any effect, I can, you know, destroy the card, discard the card, right? So again, making sure that I have either Silva or Bash to kind of get those level 8s on the field. I can go for Masquerena for the Unicorn interruption, and I have an Omni negation. Plus, this is not enough for me. So Unicorn weighed level 7 Tenny. And yeah, the Imperm is going to seal the deal. Because I believe, whatchamacallit, the Armageddonite one, yep, is going to hit the board. And that's going to end up on Baxia. And Baxia bouncing back 2. Plus, Baxia will just tribute itself, destroy itself, and then reborn the Moye. And you know, Moye with the Longyuan, I believe the name is GG. Because again, you can, you know, search with Chichao and go from there with another level 10 synchro play. So it's cool. This new support is really, really good, but it has some big weaknesses. Dweller, for example, Macrocosmos, Dimensional Fissure, obviously. But Dweller is a biggie. DD Crow is also a big one. Callby also, but nonetheless, it's a fun deck for now. So all feedback is definitely appreciated. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave some out. Peace.